Hey guys, Vuzok here, and today I'm going to be giving a big tutorial on how to make Minecraft animations. Now, I did one before, but this is not even an upgrade, it's a completely new one. The last one covered how to make a Minecraft animation in your own save. This one is going to try to cover as much as possible. I'm just going to randomly show you new things over and over, and it doesn't really have a specific thing. It's going to show you how to make a Minecraft animation, but it's also going to show you loads and loads of cool little tricks and tips with Blender on how to do things, all the commonly asked questions I got on the last video. I will completely cover in this one, and yeah, that's that. If you want to, well, I'll talk about that in the end. So first thing to note is up at the top here, I'm using Blender version 2.64. So if you are following this tutorial maybe a year from now and the UI has changed, the user interface, you can go and you can download the development build of 2.6.4 and use that. But I can't imagine much changing, so that's all okay. Now, first thing is, last time everybody asked what keys I was pressing here, and this time I'm going to use screencast keys. So whenever I'm pressing a key, you guys can see it. So to bring up that, I press N, and close it, I pressed N. I click on the camera here. You'll see the little mouse thing over here on the left. If I click here, or if I press O or something. Okay, so that is, and I'm just gonna, okay. I started pressing random keys and I did something stupid. P that I've just pressed there, that'll render a preview from where you're looking. And O puts on, what's it called, proportional editing. I'll talk about that later. Okay, so when you open Blender, you will start with this cube with a camera with a spot, which is like a light. So first thing is how to move around. Everybody was asking it, well, not everybody, a lot of people asked this in the last video. First thing is, for me, looking around like this, I'm holding down the middle mouse and just moving the mouse. If you want to pan, because at the moment I'm pivoting around this cube, you can hold down shift and the middle mouse and drag. Okay, so hold down shift and middle mouse. I don't know why shift's not appearing over here, sorry about that. Zooming out and in, scrolling with the middle mouse. And then one cool thing that you can do is, you can see the camera over here. If I press 0 on the number pad, now this is the number pad, not the other ones, you'll see you go into the camera's perspective. Now if you press Control F, you will be able to look around in the camera's perspective, and WDANS will allow you to move around, while pressing Tab will actually enable gravity and have it so it's like a game, like a game where you can walk around and look around and all of that. So that's that. Now, as you can see, at the moment I'm pivoting around the camera, and I want to go back to the cube. So instead of, you could pan over and you could pan down, you could try, and now I'm kind of pivoting around the cube. So instead, you can easily do this by clicking on an object and pressing delete on the number pad. Now delete on the number pad, delete off the number pad will actually delete the object. So delete on the number pad is pretty important. So yeah, they are the basic kind of moving around controls. So hopefully you guys can get used to them before following the rest of the tutorial. And I'm sure some people already know to use Blender. So sorry if you had to skip by that. Now, let me show you a few basics. Before I want to go into Minecraft, you see, I want to get you sort of familiar with the program, because it helps a lot. So here, down here, you can see we're in object mode, and you can go to edit mode where you can edit the shape. So I could kind of pull around and you can make different shapes. You got sculpt mode where you can actually sculpt into an object. And I'm pressing Control Z to undo what I just did, by the way. Texture paint and things, I'll get onto that later, or in another tutorial maybe that is a little bit too much. Now here you can see I can have wireframe, or I can go into texture, and you can see that the light is, you know, you can drag it around and it'll have different different directions on it. So, okay, first thing we're gonna look at is materials. So click on the cube and go to the material tab here with the little ball, and you can see your material. Now specularity is kind of the light's reflection on it. So if I go here, you'll see that it looks like that. And if I bring the specularity all the way down just by dragging on it, you will see there's no longer shine on that. So that's kind of specularity. It's good for making things look plasticky, sort of. So things like the toys in Toy Story would have some specularity on them and things like that. If you click on the diffuse and just go around, you can change the what's happening here, color of your object. There we go. So yeah, don't mind me clicking between those. That was a mistake. So yeah, you can just change any color, whatever. Let's go with yellow, and then that's specularity again. Emit, basically just it'll emit light. That'll get rid of any shadow as well. So there you can see it's pretty vibrant. So yeah, these are all just things you can mess around with. Transparency is pretty self-explanatory. Mirror, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can have a reflection on it, and you can reflect other objects. I want to talk about transparency just for a minute. Now, what I'm going to do, you know what, I'm going to go back to that. Sorry about that. Okay, and finally, textures. This is pretty simple. You just exit the one that was there, go new, and you can choose all of these ones. As you can see, if I were to render the image now, I have no idea what happened there. Yeah, if I was render the image, okay. I've made a mistake already. Well, I'm sorry about that. I'll skip these, but basically you can choose between, you know, blend, clouds, noise, different ones that come in the program. None of them are, you can use them, but none of them are going to be perfect. They're just sort of there. But instead you can open up a texture. Now this is what you do with your Minecraft skins and things. You can add your own skins. For now I'm just going to open up a random image and render, and you can see my picture. I didn't know which one it was, but it's just a picture I drew, and now it's going to be on the cube there. So you can see the picture and you can see it on the cube. So that's texturing at its very simplest. You won't need too much of that for Minecraft animations, because everything is cubes and it should be fairly easy. Now, what I'm going to do is, let me see, we'll go into making rain and all kinds of cool stuff like that in separate tutorials, because I want to do a lot more animation tutorials, because at the moment people really seem to want to learn how to make Minecraft animations, and I want to show them. So we can quickly go and let's click on our camera. I'm pressing Control F again, or Shift S, sorry, and I'm going to zoom out. Okay, and now I'm going to place the cube here, and down here you'll have a timeline. Now if it's not here, all you got to do is go to this little thing down here. Yours won't have the clock if it's not a timeline, and whatever it was on, change it to timeline. Now the timeline goes in frames. Now by default the Blender program renders at 24 frames per second, so this here at 24, that will be 1 second. Now for people that aren't really big in animation and want to just make a Minecraft animation, you can go show seconds, but it's a good idea to learn how the frames work instead, so you can go back and use the frames. Now what we're going to have is the cube, and it's going to go from this side to this side. So this is just the simplest of animations. So we're going to go I, press I on the thing. When you've had the cube, select I location, and then click I rotation, and then click I scaling, and then we're going to go to frame 60, and we're going to move it to the other side, and we're also going to scale it down. So you press S and go inward to scale it down, and we're going to go I location, and you know what, we're going to press O and rotate it a little bit, rotation and scaling. And now if you watch through the camera, you can press play down here and you'll see the cube. So that is that. So obviously that could be any Minecraft block or whatever. I will get on actual Minecraft stuff, by the way, so if you're waiting for that, I'm sorry, very soon. Okay, so that is pretty much the basics. Now there are some kind of useful things in here on the world tab, where you can put on environmental lighting and ambient occlusion. This is how you're going to make your animation look very, very nice at the end. Now I'll probably get back to it later, but very quickly in case I forget, I just want to show you. Set your environmental lighting to 0.2 is probably a good place, and ambient occlusion to 1 with multiply, and then down here samples to 15. That's pretty much good settings is all I'm gonna say. It'll make it look kind of more realistic and nice. There won't be any hard shadows, and it's sort of like a global illumination copy. That it's not actually global illumination, but it sort of simulates it. So yeah, that's that. Mist is also a useful thing. You can set up sort of fog. It'll be static though, it won't move like actual fog would. If you want to do that, you can use the particle simulator, which I will get to. Stars. Now stars you probably won't all have if you just download a Blender. I'm in an older version. It should be pretty much the same as yours. Apologies about that. I do have the latest version. I must have opened up the wrong one. It's pretty much the same. Last update you just got rid of stars. Some people are giving out about it. It's only a small feature to just add stars if you were using like a night sky background and things. So what you want to do is click paper sky, blend sky, get rid of those for now, just because I want a faster render time. Those slow down the render, by the way, so if your computer isn't great, you may not be able to use them. And all you got to do here is change the colors and make whatever kind of sky you want. So you can, mess around with that. And if I render an image, there you go, that's the sky, and then we go here, and our cube's in there. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Okay, on to the Minecraft stuff, I guess. Anything else before we start? Oh yeah, that was one thing. Okay, some people last time were wondering, when you have a Minecraft animation and you want an object to disappear suddenly or appear suddenly, you can't just delete the object and then bring it in and have a keyframe. Otherwise it'll like, say I just imported this object, this cube, and then I want it to appear here and go to here. I don't want to have this little bit here. That'll still be there even if I delete this keyframe, sort of. So basically what you have to do is say add a location and a rotation scaling, okay? And then go into the materials, and there's two ways you can do it, okay? One is that you go one keyframe above the one where you want it to appear and drag the cube miles away, and then you can set up a location and a rotation. And if you were to play the animation, you would see the cube just suddenly appears there. And now to delete a keyframe, something that took me a long time to learn, but it's very useful, just press Alt and I at the same time, and it will delete that keyframe. So now it will play normally again. The other way to do it is to set a keyframe in front where the material... Okay, so first go to your keyframe that you want the thing to appear at, and set the transparency, enable it, and click Fresnel to 0, blend to 1.25, and may as well do that as well. And then go to the one where you want it to have just appeared, and set, actually, even if you want it like you could do it right before the frame to have it suddenly appear, or you could do it before, and you could kind of get a nice little, like, okay, so I just brought the blend upwards and the Fresnel upwards, and you would have, let me go to render settings, okay, I'm going to quickly render this animation and show you what it would look like, but basically for this part, it'll slowly appear, and then you'll see it, and then it'll go. So you can go to HDTV 1080p is the optimal setting, and change it from PNG to AVI RAW. That's for PC. If you're on a Mac, I don't know if Blender is different or what. I'm sure you could go AVI RAW and then convert it. All of these ones here are images. They'll render thousands of images, so make sure you don't do that unless you want an image. And yeah, this is how you export your animation. So you click render animation, and it will render that. Now my computer's not great at rendering, but it should render it all right. Probably not enough for us to see it properly, but to find where it renders to, go to computer, and this will be the default. If you changed it, then go to wherever you changed it, but go to TMP, and you will find it here. So as you can see, there it is, starting to appear. Like it's a little bit of a transparency on it, and it will slowly appear. So this is where it will be, and you can kind of watch it while it's rendering. But it's going to be less than a second long at the moment. But yeah, that's kind of it. And I don't think the transparency thing even works. It does work. I made a little mistake, which I'll correct now. But yeah, I'll show you. Actually, this is something I made in Blender for a company. So it's playing very slowly. Let me stop this render. So yeah, this is, you can make anything really, but that's just a logo I made for a company, and all kinds of things sort of moving around, and then it's like a flash across. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, let me get onto the Minecraft. Everybody wants the Minecraft. Let's just get my, okay. So with this tutorial, I will include a folder with all kinds of Minecraft. Actually, you know, I won't include a folder, but I will give links to lots of different Minecraft rigs and model downloads, because it might be kind of weird if I'm giving out other people's things. I'll include some of my own ones as well, though. So yeah, there's some tutorials on how to make your own Minecraft rig. I don't recommend it. You're never going to make a rig as good as, you know, the top people that make them, unless you make a lot of them. Like, unless you enjoy it. I guess some people might enjoy making rigs. My recommendation is to download one with customized skins enabled and use that. But here we go, we're going to get into the Minecraft. So let me delete this, and you can delete that, and you can delete your camera. And now, mine are sort of assorted around the place. I should be able to find them, but I will give you different downloads, and I'll show you how to open them. So let me see, I got Minecraft, and I've got one in Showdown. Okay, so this was an animation I was working on, not really anymore. And this is just a player rig, a Minecraft player rig. So what I did is I went File, Append, and you go into the player, into the blend file. And this one's called test.blend. And you open up, go into Object, select all of the different things inside, and go Link Append. And there is the rig. And it's a little messy. I think I saved it with some random extra stuff by accident, so the one you get should be a little cleaner. Now, at the moment, it's got Skyler's Minecraft skin on it, because he was in that animation I was working on. So if you go into the Textures tab, and you'll see it says Sky the Kid or S, and there is a open folder option. Open that, and then you can put in your own skin. Now, do I have my own skin? I don't even know if I do. Let me see. Go pictures. Where's pictures? Pictures. Pictures. Apologies. Okay. Vuzok. Does it say is it pictures? Yeah. Here we go. Okay. And YouTube, King of Blocks, and there is my skin. So my skin will now be on it. And there you go. Now this certain rig, as you can see, the face is messed up. This rig comes with eyes and a mouth. Okay, so those are three-dimensional eyes and a mouth. So you can delete your skin's eyes and mouth. Now, I've already done it. I will show you guys how to do it if you guys want. As you can see, I've opened a new skin where my eyes and mouth are gone. Now you can open up in Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you want. But then just you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you. So yeah, that's basically what you got to do. Just try to make it blend in and not look weird by taking color from around different parts of the face and coloring over the original eyes. Now this isn't the same for all skins, and some ones that you may download might not be customized for custom skins. They might have been made the wrong dimension, so your skin won't fit. This one has been. So I'm going to show you a couple of things with this certain rig. I would credit the person, but I don't know who made it. I believe, no, VM Comics. VM Comics made this rig. Okay, so click on these things around. You'll see them on the back, on the arms. They are armatures or bones. So once you click on them, they'll go that color. and then go to pose mode. Now they'll kind of appear blue, and this means you can move them. Now, if you try and move them normally, they kind of move alright, but it's probably easier to use rotate by pressing OR to move around the arms and things. So we're going to move them up onto the face. So we're just going to do something like this and something like that. Okay, and let's get into our camera and let's just zoom out a little bit because it's zoomed in very close, and sort of doing a gangman style thing there. There we go. Okay, so now if I want to move the knees out sort of like that, you know. Okay, that is that. Now there are also custom sort of armatures or bones for the face that VM Comics made very well separately to the skin, so you can adjust the mouth, so I can make him smile, and I can there he is smiling, and now there is a special one for the eyes right here. I'm moving around, you can move the eyes. What else? You can move, you know, eyebrows or eyelids down. You can move eyebrows around. You can, actually the nose one does not work. You can mess around with the mouth, give it funny kind of things, and the eyes, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, so that is that, and now if you render it, you'll see it is in a different position. Now, I already showed you guys how to get your own Minecraft world into Blender using Mineways, but I'm going to re-show that now. I'm going to show it much faster though, so if you need to keep up, just pause the video. First though, I will show you to edit that skin very, very fast. I'm sure a lot of people know to use Photoshop or GIMP or Paint. You could even use Paint for this, by the way. So no need for like a fancy program. Also, well, sure, you guys know by now. But some people asked in the last video, is Blender free? If you go on their website, it says that very clearly. And there's a download and everything, so I don't know why people ask in the comments straight away. But yes, it is free. Now, Photoshop, oh, there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open, let me see. Okay, I'm going to open libraries, pictures, YouTube, King of Blocks, and King of Blocks normal one. Okay, so this is my skin. And you zoom all the way in. Every square is 1 pixel wide. So what you want to do is click, this is Photoshop. I'm going to have to let you work out whatever program you're using because I can't cover all of them. Bring down the brush size to 1 pixel, and all you got to do is just draw over the features and save it, and there, that'll work fine. Okay, done. Now, before I show you to import your own world, I guess I should show some more things about Blender. I want to show you guys some useful... No, I'll show your own world first, I guess. There are some cool features that I do want to show, though. There's just so much to this program, you see. First of all, X-ray clicking X-ray under the, what's it called, object data, will show bones that are inside. It's not really necessary for VM Comics rig because all the bones are outside. But for a lot of the animals I'm going to give you, the bones are inside, and you might need to use X-ray to see them easier. You can change the color of the bones. You can show which ones are appearing and stuff. You can protect layers. Now there is a pose library. Here we go. Okay, so what you can do is you can I could take this pose and I could go add to library, and that'll literally add the let me go, add new pose. There we go, add to library, add new. Okay, so that's that pose, and I could go here, and I could do weird stuff. That kind of looks funny. Okay, yeah, so, and I could go, add to library. Or sorry, replace existing, and I'm just going to replace the first one. So now, I can go here, and here. Now, these should be different poses, But basically what you can do is you can save various poses if you want to reuse them later in your animation. So if someone's doing a animated Minecraft series, or Minecraft parody animation, or some animation that's longer than a minute, you may end up reusing certain poses and even making slight adjustments, so you don't have to redo the face every single time you want to. That is a funny pose. I like it. Let me see. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, that is that. So, let me delete everything to do with this. Let me see. To delete everything, kind of just press double A, and it'll delete it selects everything, and then you can delete. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make it Minecraft rain. So I'm going to show you how to make it rain, and then I'm going to show you how to make it Minecraft rain. Maybe I guess this will be a big tutorial, and then I might break it down and cover more bits in depth. I want to show you everything though in this tutorial. Everything I know, hopefully. Okay, so I added the mesh. So I went mesh, plane, and I scaled it up to that size. And I added a cube, which we'll worry about in a minute. Now, I have no lights or camera, so I'm going to go light, and I'm going to go sun. Bring it over there. Some useful settings: sky. Automatically will add a sky. And you can choose classic, you can choose desert, you can choose mountain. I'm going to go with classic. Actually, I'm gonna add, yeah, classic. Okay, sorry. So that, and then you can add atmosphere, and that will sort of just create this feeling. I think it adds a slight mist, and it just makes things look realistic. So I suggest you use sky, atmosphere, and use environmental lighting and ambient occlusion to give you guys like a very nice looking animation. Let me change that up to 15 then, and this to multiply, and these are just the old settings I was showing you earlier. Okay, now click on the plane and go to, you can drag this out a little bit just to show everything, and go to add particle system. Now you've got a particle system. What you want to do is name it, and name it rain. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Rain. Okay. So if you watch this, you have this. Now, you might think, hey, that's not bad for rain, but there's a problem, and that is that although it looks kind of like it might be rain, it is most definitely not. It is giant glowing orbs, like that. So if you kind of make like a magical Minecraft animation, that might be pretty cool somewhere, especially if it's dark and you got these flying orbs. But what we want to do is we want to change it from, where we find it, halo to object, and now we're going to select that cube. Select cube. So make sure if you don't have a cube there, it's because there's no cube in your animation. I added this cube a minute ago. All you got to do is add mesh cube, and then select the cube. Now everything that falls is a little cube. Now you can go to this cube, and you can make it look more like a droplet of water. Now, if you're doing it realistically, you're going to want a sort of whitey color for the rain instead. But it's a Minecraft animation, so we're going to make it look blue. So now we have little blue rain drops, like that. And that is Minecraft rain. What we do need though is because they're showing up as black, the reason is there's no light on the right side of them, so let's bring light over there, and then they should show up as blue. And yeah, and you can change the scale of them if you want by just selecting the original cube and making that bigger, and then all these ones will appear bigger. Now at the moment they're all falling the same direction, and you can change all of that by just messing with the settings here. You can mess with the rotations. You can cache by clicking bake or bake all dynamics, and that will make it easier for you to render at the end. But yeah, that's pretty much that. That's Minecraft rain for you. let's see. I want to show a couple more things before this ends. So, let me show you how to make your own world into the Minecraft animation. Now, I did this before, so I'm going to do it a little bit faster than I usually would. I know a lot of my subscribers came from that original how to make your own Minecraft animation in your save video I did. So you guys are probably familiar with this, but I'm going to go over it very fast again. So go File. Sorry. Whoa, I just skipped over a large part. Download Mineways first, okay? Link in description. It's completely free. One person said that their virus detection, whatever said, yeah, it's not a virus, alright? 100,000 people followed the tutorial, and one person said that if you're worried, you can skip this part, but I believe that you are an idiot. It's not a virus. Okay, so, I shouldn't even brought the virus thing up. Now everybody's going to be like, is it a virus? Is it not? Okay, so I'm going to open this one just called Two Worlds. I don't even know if I finished it. Okay, yeah, okay, so I got over here, I just have a nether portal and I have a beach, and I'm going to select this area here. You know what, I'm going to select a little bit bigger. I'm going to select this area, and I'm going to go max height, and I'm just going to bring it down to where everything is visible, and lower depth, and you want to just make sure everything is visible again. And then you can go to export for rendering. And I think I kind of confused people last time. I'm just going to say this first. A lot of people said they couldn't find terrain files. They come with your thing. If you've moved it around, you might have lost them. I believe that you can use it without any. So I'm going to show you. Here are the ones that came with it. There's like Sfax texture pack, and there's different texture packs. You don't really need any of them. If you don't select one, I believe it will export with the default. So export for rendering, and I'm going to just go to the desktop. It's going to save it as an OBJ. So an OBJ you will import differently to the .blend file that I was showing you a minute ago. So for an OBJ, you go File and go Import an OBJ, and I've saved it to the desktop. So tutorial.obj, and it could take a minute depending on how much you selected. Hopefully you haven't selected a giant area. Mine should be doable. Yep, there we go. And there we go. So that is the world that I had. I'm selecting my camera here, which is underwater. Whoopsies. And I'm going to zoom in a little, and I'm just going to pan around, and there's the nether portal that I want. Okay, and now my sun is up here. I have good settings on this, I believe. Yeah, okay, all the settings are perfect. So if I am to render it right now, I should get a fairly nice looking... Is there a sky? Let me see if there's a sky. I believe there is a sky. Yeah, so this should look pretty nice. Actually, no, it should not. It should look blurry. The texture should look blurry. And in the last tutorial, I didn't cover that. So, damn it. Oh yeah, they are looking blurry. Good. So I'll cover that in this tutorial. I want to fix that for you guys. Last tutorial, I just worked out how to make Minecraft animations, and a good way to learn something is to teach people, which seems like a bad idea because you still don't know how to do it properly yourself. But hey, I know now, so I'm gonna show you. So that looks alright, but it's not really great looking. So what you want to do is click on the most broad texture, the one that takes up the most space. So I'm going to start with the sand and work your way down. So go to image sampling. So I clicked on the sand, I clicked on the texture tab, and I go to image sampling and uncheck MIP map, uncheck interpolation, and change it from EWA to box. And then you go down here where it says influence and click on alpha, click on stencil. Actually, don't click on stencil. And I'm just going to go to the nether portal, and I'm going to go to alpha, and I'm unchecking these again. And you just want to do this for every single texture there is. I know it takes a bit of time, but it definitely makes it look a lot nicer. And this is the price you pay for not building the world inside the animation program. So it's your choice, whichever you think is faster. This isn't very slow, so I suggest this, unless your world is extremely small. some, like, say, for, what was it, Fallen Kingdom, the Captain Sparkles, and whoever else worked on that, they did this. They actually used a different program to import it. What was it called? It was like MC to OBJ. And what they did is they built the world, they imported it, and then they built the section of the bridge that explodes. They built that in the animation program so that it could be blown apart. So if you intend on moving blocks inside here, if I want to move one block of sand, it's going to move all of it. So if you're intending on moving certain blocks, you can import them separately. And that's how everybody kind of does it. So you should import your world like this. It doesn't take long. I'm pretty much done now. Just making changes to the blocks that might appear blurry. I think that is the last one, box alpha. And actually we do have tall grass as well. That counts as a separate block to normal grass. I clicked on stencil, whoops. Oh, and normal grass. Okay, and this should be everything. And yeah, okay, so let's render that again. Everything should appear much clearer now. Yeah, there you go. So, actually the grass, I'm gonna go back on the grass. And for grass and like transparent objects, you do want to use stencil, which will kind of get rid of that black like texture behind the grass. But for the rest of the things, you can see they're much clearer. So let me go back, and for grass I'm going to click stencil, and for too high grass I'm going to click stencil. And here we go. Also, one thing to note is that when I clicked atmosphere, it's kind of giving a, let me see. So sky is on classic and atmosphere. So that, yeah, if you want to change a different atmosphere, like maybe I have mobs coming out of the nether portal. So let me just quickly make a change. I'm going to try to create a little bit of an atmosphere here. I'm going to have the nether portal emit light. So that's going to be emit at 0.5, and it's going to have a specular purple. And I'm also going to click back on the sun, and I'm going to change the sky from I'm going to change it to mountain, which is a little bit darker. And here we go, we're going to render it. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm going to click on stars as well. Okay, so it should be a little bit darker, hopefully, and now you got the kind of weird red light. The nether portal should be, yeah, emitting, so it's kind of more vibrant. And so yeah, you can really easily change your world around like that. And now we have a kind of weird looking sky actually, with some stars. So yeah, that is basically how to get your world in. There are some things you might want to change. For instance, on the water, you might want to have a bit of a mirror, make it look a bit more realistic, and even a bit of transparency as well. Shall we? Remember, every time you add a bit of transparency and things, it's going to slow down your render time by a fair bit. And I just want to edit those settings again. I want to get rid of this whole red thing. And I'm actually going to get rid of atmosphere, and we'll just see what that looks like. And we're going to put on classic again, so everything should be nice and bright. And let's get rid of the stars. Okay, so the atmosphere adds a little bit of a mist, and it was a little bit too much maybe on that one. So this time we're going to get a kind of clearer one, clearer render. And yeah, that looks pretty good. And as you can see, the grass no longer have that black texture behind them. If you were to zoom in on them all the way, you would get a little bit kind of like a line around them, and you can remove that. I remember having a huge problem with it, and I eventually found a tutorial that fixed it. I will have a look for it, and if I find it, put it in the description, but I don't think you guys should experience that problem. But yeah, that is that. That is a fairly nice looking render. You can see there's a reflection in the water. You can see kind of the reflection of the trees. And that is probably enough to get you started with a Minecraft animation. And then there's some extra things you could do to this. Maybe we could click on the water, and we could go to add modifiers. We could go add modifier, and we could go ocean. I messed up big time. Instead of ocean, sorry about that, we could go to wave. And before we go that, I made a little mistake. First, I just need to give you one more little note thing that you can do. I added a mesh there. Press tab, and you can go into edit mode. Press W, and click subdivide, and subdivide, and subdivide. And now you can edit it much more than you could. Say I added subdivide again. You can just edit it more. If you press C. Oh, and you know what? My shapecast keys have gone, so I need to be telling you guys. Hold on. If you press C, you can sort of select different vertices and change them. So what was wrong with the water here was that it is it's not subdivided. So when I added waves, it couldn't really work. So if I press tab, oh my god, it is subdivided. Add modifier, wave. Sorry, that's warp. Add wave. Okay, so what it's doing is it's adding it to the side. So we need to change it from let's see. That is kind of, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, so there's some motion there, but that's not what we want. Well, that's still Y. Let's see if we get rid of. Okay, same thing again. And then we got no motion. Okay. So, I've got a little bit of problem with this, you see, in that it's starting off on the side because we have vertices there. That's what it's supposed to do, but not on its edge. It kind of gives a ripple effect. It could be used as an earthquake too, which would be kind of cool. So you can see it's working here on the very edge. So if we were to cut to a closer shot of the shore over here, that is moving extremely slowly. Sorry guys, I'm making a few mistakes. Okay, if you were to have a closer shot, there you can see it starts looking more realistic. But yeah, that's basically how to make it move, make water move. It would work much better if the water wasn't imported. So what I could do if I really wanted to is I could delete all the water. So you can see the water is gone. And I could add my own water using a mesh that I scale up a lot. And I change the material to blue, and I just, you know, and then I could have my own water, and it would, you know what, let's try it and just see. And I could change material to blue, and I can even go to textures, and I could add the actual Minecraft water texture. So any problem with this can really be overcome. And the great thing about Blender is the community is just the best community I've ever seen in any program. If you have any problem, they're just automatically like, do this, do that, do this. This should work, this should work. But yeah, so that modifier is for oceans, so we don't really want that. So yeah, then again, you can do the wave one, and if I just change the height, we should get something. Let's change the height all the way down to 0.01. And let's bring it up a little bit. Okay, now check this out. Nope. Not exactly what we wanted. Kind of getting there. Let's go to 0.01 on speed as well. Too slow. 0.05. Alright, so it takes a lot of messing around, but you can see you could eventually get a very nice looking moving water that we kind of have a little bit of there. So that is our world in Blender now. So you could have the moving water, you could have your rain, your cube rain, by the way. What else do you want? What else do you want, guys? Maybe I should show you guys how to use shape keys. These are something I only came across recently, but they're pretty useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on trees. I'm going to go over this one over here. Now, what I said earlier about if you want to move an object, you don't have, or you should import it separately, isn't completely true, but it's the easiest way to do it is to import it separately. So what I'm going to do is I go into tab mode. Oh, you know what? Sorry guys, one sec. I'm going to go and put screencast keys back on. I don't know why they stopped. Okay, so what I did is I clicked on the tree and I went into tab mode. And now we are going to select this entire tree. Now you can press C and you can use the mouse to scale up the size of your brush, and you can just click on all that. An easy thing to do is where it says vertex select, change it to face select, and instead you'll select the faces. They're kind of easier to modify, and just make sure you get all the angles of the tree. Now, probably easier if I press Z to go in a wireframe, and then you can just select the entire thing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press, I believe, P. Yeah, okay. So press P when you selected those, and it will separate from selection. Okay, so now this tree is separate to all the other trees. If I want to move it, failure. Thought that it was separate. Yeah. Okay, so if I want to move it, it moves separate to the other trees. Okay, so now what we can do, and we could have done it when it was with the trees, I just wanted to show you how to separate a mesh. We can go to vertex, or object data here, this triangle, and you want to go to shape keys, and click on the plus, and it'll add one called basis. And my mouth is getting sore from talking. And then add a second one, and I'm going to call this, oh yeah, go down here where it says key one, I'm going to call this left, and I'm going to add another, and I'm going to call this one right. Now, these can be used for anything. This is how most rigs have facial movement. This is how fat on characters used to work. So if, for instance, I don't think they used it on the Blender short film, but a lot of things, like nowadays, the fat on characters is simulated. So if a really fat character is walking around, they don't animate the fat, it's just simulated and does it itself, and maybe the animator might over-exaggerate it. This is how it would be done manually. So, for instance, I'm going to go left first. And what we're trying to do is make it look as if the wind is kind of messing with the tree. So you might have seen some Minecraft animations, some very nice ones, where the leaves of the tree are moving. Now, first you want to go to proportional editing and enable that. You can press O to do it fast. And this is going to move the tree. It's going to move the surrounding faces with it. So I pulled a little bit there, so you can see I pulled a little bit. And on this side, I'm going to drag a little bit. And that is left. And now we're going to go to right, and I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to drag on this side, and I'm going to pull on this side. Nope, this one here. Okay, so now we can go to right and we go value and pull it all the way up. And now what you want to do when it's all the way up, press I on this. Just hover over it and press I, and it will insert your keyframe. And then go to this. Let's say we're going to go to 40 and bring it all the way down and press I again, and bring left all the way up and press I. And you should probably go back to the start and bring left all the way down and press I, otherwise it'll be all the way up. So now you can see there's sort of this wind effect on it. Now, I don't know how good that is. It mightn't even be very good. You can kind of see. So that was the first time I did that, actually. I wanted to show you how to use shape keys, and I'd never tried it on a tree. I think that looks alright, but if you were to look at an actual tree and spend a little bit more time doing it, you can make it look a lot better than that. So if we kind of go to, say, we set the end of the animation to 40, and then it'll just loop that over and over. Okay, so yeah, that is the shape keys. So you can use that on anything really. Like if I wanted to, I don't know what kind of weird animation will have this, but if I want to just do something crazy, so like that. Okay, so you're looking at the cliffside and then it just starts moving. And that's what shape keys you can do with shape keys. You can just mess around. It would be a good way to make a very, like, a wave that you, if you need one wave on a beach to actually come up onto it, you could use a shape key and you could actually drag the wave up. So yeah, that is that. Okay, what else to show? I hope you guys are learning a lot. Hopefully this is useful to some people. Should I show collision objects? I was going to show you how to use cloth actually, because that's kind of useful. Now, let me just download a cloth texture from Minecraft. I did make a Night Owl intro. I believe it's already uploaded, where I used the cloth simulator in Blender to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we can exit out of Mineways now, and we can go into Blender and go to your nether portal, or not your nether portal, whatever you have in your world that you want the cloth to interact with. I want it to be the nether portal. So I want the cloth to not pass through this. So I'm going to go, I'm going to click on the nether portal, and where it says physics, click on cloth. I'm going to go on the sand, and we're going to set that as a collision object, and even the grass, just in case, is going to be a collision object. So if the cloth hits any of those, it's going to react. Now I'm going to go to add plane, and I bring the plane over. I'm going to bring it above the nether portal. Hit a delete to pivot around that instead. And now bring it a little bit closer. I don't want it to fall for too long. Okay, so this is going to be a red wool texture, hopefully. I used that one last time and it worked very nicely. Minecraft red wool texture. What am I doing? Okay. Oh yeah, I remember I had to do this last time because I couldn't find one that was by itself. No, that's too small. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to download this. I'm going to save it as red wool. We can exit that, and now we just open Paint. Okay, now I'm sorry I'm switching between these so fast, but okay. So click on your mesh and go to Add Modifier, and go to Solidify, which is there. Okay. So as you can see, that added just a little bit of thickness, and that's all you need just to make it not look like a piece of paper. Yes, exit Chrome, please. Okay, now opening up Paint. I'm sorry to anybody who hates Paint, because it comes with the computer, whatever. I only need to use it for a second, and it has a cropping feature, which is all I need. And we're going to choose this one here. Oh man, this is why I hate Paint. Select this one. Okay. So what I'm doing here is just separating it because I only want one of these textures. And I'm going to save this as red wool. Replace the original. Okay, and now we can go to Add Material, New, get rid of specularity or it'll look weird. Just make it red so that in the object thing we can clearly identify it. And then we're going to go to Texture, New, Image or Movie, Open, Downloads. Where did I have it? Downloads, downloads, and red wool. Red wool, there we go. Okay, and now this should be a red wool texture. Now what we're going to do is going to go Physics, still clicked on the wool by the way, and go to Cloth, and it's going to be a cloth simulator. No! I'm doing a tutorial. This makes you look very bad, Blender. Very bad. Uh-oh. Well, this is awkward. Hopefully none of you guys experience any crashing. Now, I don't believe that Blender, sadly, it does not back up your animations as you go. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to be greeted by the new home screen. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, guys. Unfortunately, the world we were working on there, I hadn't saved it all because I don't really need it. I was just wanted to show you guys how to do stuff. Is gone. So do save regularly. I guess hopefully people are saving now and haven't crashed. It doesn't crash often. It is a good program. But I do I have Night Owl intro, Mine Bunch intro, Mineways, Quality Rainfall 2 World Ultimate. I'm just looking for because I did use it before. Maybe I can find the old world where Night Owl intros. I wonder where I saved my old intros to. Blender. Minecraft. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to be finding it. But I'll show it to you guys again here. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly, you know what, I have to enable these again. So I'm going to show you how to use the claw simulator very fast, and that is going to be the end of the tutorial. And then I'm going to just sorry if you can hear my dog barking, by the way. Then if it keeps barking, I'm going to just give it a biscuit to get it shut up. Yeah. After I show you the claw simulator, what we're going to do is, this is slow. I think this was fixed in the next version, which you guys should have, because there's a new version, 2.7, I think. That's very, very slow. Okay, so that should be there. Okay, so sorry for all the hassle at this part of the tutorial. Once I show you this, I'm going to open up a bunch of different rigs and just show you how to use them, because sometimes people kind of give out rigs but people don't understand how to use them. So just in case, I'll show you guys that. Okay, so we're starting again. New cloth. What we're going to do is going to, I know some of this isn't Minecraft, so hopefully you don't mind, but it happened in the last tutorial as well. I'm not showing you how to make what I'm making. I'm showing you how to use the program. Like, people were like, oh, an hour-long tutorial for this, but it's not. I told you guys, and like, don't follow the exact thing I'm like, like last tutorial, okay? I had a chicken walking into lava, and most people learned how to make a Minecraft animation, but a couple of people only learned how to make a chicken walking into lava, and at the hour they were disappointed because they just copied my every move. They didn't really pay attention to how it was working, I guess, and they thought, like, it's not about what I was trying to show you to make. Like, I used the chicken as an example, okay? Example animation. I know it was bad, but I was trying to explain how to use the program while making it, and doing it as fast as possible. So what I'm saying is, I hope nobody's making this exact thing right now. Like, if you are, and you're just doing it to learn, that's okay. But if you're doing it because you think it's going to end up looking awesome, and you want to watch it over and over, don't do it for that reason, because this is just how to make one. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that now. But basically, the tutorial was how to make an animation, not how to make a chicken animation. Anyway, first, go into edit mode, press W, subdivide your cloth. The more subdivisions you do, the better it'll look, but the more time it'll take to render. So if you've got a good computer, go for it. But if not, don't. And even if you have a good computer, don't go for it too much, or it'll crash. Because some of the stuff is pretty intense. Like, the program's not really meant for. It's meant for actual, like, well, it's not even meant for animation. It's meant for all kinds of different digital things. But anyway, let me just continue. Okay, I'm gonna go to the object data. I'm gonna add a vertex group, and I'm going to call this one pinning. So this is the part of the cloth you don't want to move. Now, you might want it all to move. In that case, just don't do this. After you make it, make sure to click Assign and have the vertex selected. Now we're going to go into Material, and I'm just going to do that again really fast. Going to make it red so that we can just identify it, and then we're going to go into the Texture and New Image or Movie. So you could have a cape on your Minecraft character, a Minecon cake, a Minecon cape or something like that if you'd like. Man, how long is this tutorial? I am okay. An hour. I'm gonna have to cut it soon. Okay, so you got your red wool in there. Now I'm quickly gonna add a sun. Okay, I just want to make sure that we can see everything, so let's go P. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to render image. Okay, so yeah, there we have the kind of, yeah, okay, whatever. Oh man, I can't even think straight anymore. Okay, so click on the thing you wanted to interact with and add it as a collision object. Click on this, your wool or your cloth, and go to solidify, and you can make it a little bit thicker than, you know, maybe there. And I haven't added it as a cloth yet. And now, add it as a cloth, and okay, so there you can see it fell, but I haven't added the pinning, so select pinning, and choose the vertex group you made called pinning. And now, if everything went well, it should work like that. So you can imagine that on the back of a character, it's a cape. And if you add all the other objects in your thing as a collision object, anything it hits, like you can see the very corner of this, when it hits it, it'll, let me show you again. When it hits it, it interacts like it would. So that is that's simulation like of a cloth, and anything it hits it'll interact with. I think if we wanted to, we could add a UV sphere, and I could stop playing this animation, and I could go eye location, rotation scaling. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. And did that move through this? Yeah, eye location, eye rotation scaling, and add it as a collision object. And if this did work, we should end up with something interesting. Yeah. There you go. So that's like an actual simulation of how a cloth would react to that. So that is very near the end of the tutorial. I guess I'll save this and upload it for you guys if you'd like it, just to look at. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do was just to show you guys some of the different rigs and things, and just in case, I'm just going to look through them in case there's some things that might be confusing or anything. There is a cube world character that's not rigged. Here actually is a simulation I did, like the one I was just showing you with a cape. It was when Frozen just came out, and I was like, oh, that Let It Go song's gonna be big, I'm gonna work. And then I, like 2 days later, someone had already made a parody of it. Okay, so I don't know if I didn't already do it. Cloth, pinned, pinning. So now I'm just kind of, yeah, so I pinned the wrong side. I don't know what happened there. And as you can see, I had the sort of snowy cube rain, and it was going to be like that. Okay, so yeah, that was just something I was working on. I've got some normal animation stuff, but I won't go into that. Okay, so here's all the Minecraft stuff. Let me see. Rainfall. That was a Minecraft parody I'm working on with someone, and I just did part of it. They were doing most of the animation, and it was looking awesome. So I don't know what happened to that. There's a car rig. I'll include the download link for that. Let me see. It is. There shouldn't really be any problems with it. Let me see. There are. If you like, I thought personally, it came like this. Personally, I prefer if you bring the specularity down to 0.1 and change the mirror to 0.2. and you kind of get a more, or 0.1, and you get a more sort of reflective feel. These lights here, they emit 2, which is good, so leave them like that. Also, there's no windows. You can very quickly add windows yourself if you just select the vertex like that and extrude outwards, and then go to face select and just face select all of those, and then you can just add new material, new, and assign, and there you go, and you have your window. So then you can change that material and make it transparent. So that's the car. Crafting table. This is an advanced crafting table rig. So someone made a 3-dimensional version of a crafting table. It's up to you if you like it or not. I don't know. I think it looks nice. There's a little problem with it where some of the it's taking a while to render. It's pretty high quality. Like if it's not front and center in your animation, like if you want a character that's working on a crafting table and it's a big part of your animation, go for it, definitely. If not though, I wouldn't recommend it, just because it's it kind of looks weird in the background. Anyway, this is response. There we go. Not a good ad for Blender. The weird thing is, like, I've been animating since before Christmas, and I've gotten so few crashes. I haven't lost anything I've been working on, so it's strange that it should kick up while I'm doing the tutorial. Maybe it's because it's such a long one that I have barely any disk space left. Okay, so let me just end Blender. Close the program. Okay. Oh man, I clicked on find solution. Okay. So, oh yeah, something big that everybody was asking about last tutorial, which was, I know, a long time ago, so hopefully people still care. The wallpaper I had in that was a Minecraft Hobbit wallpaper. No, I did not make it. A lot of people asked for a tutorial on how to make that. I still don't think I'd be able to. It was very, very, very nicely made Minecraft wallpaper. I don't have it anymore. It looked nice. I'm sure I could show you to make some parts, but the person that made it was pretty good at texturing, which I suck at. So, yeah, I probably won't show you to make that. The VM Comics rig, which is these two here, they are the ones I use for most things, just because they have the best controls, and you can add your own skin very easily, as long as you get rid of the eyes and mouth. I showed you to use those already. There's just a Minecraft sword. A Minecraft horse, the only reason this is separate to everything else with the animals and stuff is because it came out after I downloaded the rest of them. So, it's good. It's got nice controls, and someone made that as soon as the horses came out. Let me see. Ultimate Showdown, that's just something I was working on with a lot of Minecraft YouTubers fighting. I want to show you guys. I want to see if people will be interested in watching this. Because it would take a very, very long time to make, so I want to know if it's worth it. Basically, you got like Notch in the center, and you start in this game, and there's the Minecraft car there, lots of different items around it. That actually, the gladiator helmet that I selected there, that was made for the Greek parkour video I did for the thumbnail I made it. You can see different things like pumpkins and all kinds of stuff. And then you got all these Minecraft YouTubers all to battle it out. And let me see if there's is there an image? No. How long will it take to render an image? But yeah, it's pretty cool. I started animating it, and I realized it was going to take like an entire month, and I had so many things to do. I hopefully will get to it eventually. My plan was to animate the entire thing, and unlike a normal animation where you animate only the things that are visible, I was going to animate everything and then render it from each player's perspective, so that you could watch it from, say, in front of us there is Biffa, there's Anderzel, there's Caveman Films. I tried to get all the main YouTubers that people enjoy watching in, and you could watch it from each of their perspectives. What do we have there? ASF Jerome, Syndicate, I think. Yeah. Who's that? I don't even know. And then there is. Okay, you know what? You don't even care. I'm here to show you how to make a Minecraft animation. Oh my god! You know, I think maybe it's my computer, but today today Blender has been having a bad day. But yeah, that's basically that. So when you add in a lot of extra detail, it can be pretty cool. Okay, so that is that. These are different animations. Wreck-It Ralph, that's one that I made from scratch in a sort of like a Minecraft styled Wreck-It Ralph. And I want to show you this actually because there are some things that I was showing you how to use. So the first are these armatures. So you can move them around. Oop, wrong one. To get the character to move. Now, yeah, some things went wrong. So here though, you can see I also have shape keys. So I can smile, I can get the arms to tense. What's that? Wait, what's that look like? Yeah, tense. He can close his mouth. He can blink. So yeah, things like that. Also, this is a claw simulation right here. This there is, as you can see, is a claw simulation. So that's kind of using a lot of the things I showed you guys today. And if I were to go into it, you can see it's all just made out of different cubes that I can mess around with. Rigging things, I don't think you're really going to need to know how. It's actually extremely easy with Blender because they added a automatic rigging system to if you've got anything that's not overly complex, you can do it fairly easily. So let me show you. I'm going to go to objects, and this is where most of the Minecraft things I'm going to be giving you guys is. Let's see, we got mobs, chicken, creeper, enderman, female character, fish cookie, ghast, golem, pig, villager, squid, more mobs, spider, slime, skeleton, big packet of mobs with the ender dragon, magma slime, horse, wolf, zombie, all these kind of things. All of them are going to be for you. So if you want any of them, just download it. Now I wanted to show you how to rig something. So for that purpose, I'm going to be using the ghast, I think. If I could just delete the current rig there. Okay, so if you want to rig something, all you got to do is go to add and go to armature and single bone. Now see, now I'm in version 2.7 of Blender, so now I'm in the latest one that I should have been in from the start. So sorry about that. So press Z to go in a wireframe, and you can see the bone inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the bone in the very center, like that. And when the bone is selected, you can click X-ray to see it. Now, click Tab, click on the bottom one, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to bring it over to that tentacle leg thing, and I'm going to bring another bone down into the leg, and I'm going to do the same for every side, and there we go. Okay, and that's all you got to do. Just bring them down where you want movement to be, where you want the character to be able to move. And there you go. Now I obviously did that fairly fast and fairly badly, but if I do click on that, let me just first make sure your entire character is 1, otherwise things will go badly. So yeah, that's all 1, and I'm just gonna, I clicked on all the different objects that were separate in the character, and I press Ctrl J to make them all 1. And now click on your bones, and press Ctrl, whoa, I ran into the preview, press Ctrl P, and go to, where is it? Armature deform with automatic weights. And now, finally, you can click pose mode, and you can just crap. Okay, something went wrong. Click on your bones first. Sorry, click on your bones first, click on this, and then go to object keep transformation, I believe. I hope I didn't get, what have I done wrong? Oh wow. Oh no. I hope I didn't mess up. I hope. Okay, click on your object, then on the bones in object mode. Control P with automatic weights. That is supposed to be it. Oh, okay, so the gas is probably a bad example. I believe the problem is that there's no subdivisions, maybe? That is supposed to work. That's embarrassing. Bad end for the tutorial. Maybe I can liven it up by showing off some of the Ender Dragon or something. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That usually works. But yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of mobs there for you guys. So enjoy that. They're not mine. They're ones I've downloaded over time. So I will give you download to the original download link where I found them. If I don't find that though, I will end up giving you guys these ones. Because they're, I think, two years old or something. Anyway, was there Wither in it 2 years ago? Anyway, yeah, there you go. So that is pretty much everything you need to know, hopefully. I know it's been a very long tutorial. I hope you learned how to make a Minecraft animation. Let me see, anything else? There's a bunch of items here. If I open this one, you can see a lot of different items. Those are ones, obviously, that the character would hold, while blocks will give you all the different blocks that the character... Is it this one? Yeah, that could be around your world. So you should have pretty much everything you need. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you would like me to make more of these, let me know. And if you would like me to make ones on specific areas of what I just did, for example, the rain or the waves or the shape key on the trees, things like that, let me know. I'll try to include all of the rigs and items and objects that I showed off there, and hopefully even more if I can find any more. And yeah, please don't recommend, what's it called, Minimator in the comments. Like, so many people recommended that last time, and I'm sort of against it. Like, I think it's a nice way to start, but it's sort of limiting. Like, you could spend a year learning Mineways. Well, like, I know it won't take a year, but you could use Mineways for a year, and you can make a couple of Minecraft animations, but then that's it. Like, what do you do when you don't want to make Minecraft animations anymore? And what use is, like, if you learn Blender, you can go on to make any kind of animation you want, any kind of intro, any kind of, like, there's a game engine in it, special effects. You can put that on a CV for, like, college or a job. You can, I had one other thing I was going to say about it. Crap, damn it. Selling point. I know it's crashed a few times, I'm sorry about that. Oh, and, oh no, there was something good I was going to say about Blender. Well, that sucks. Yeah, anyway, use Blender because it can be used for a lot more than Minecraft, which eventually you probably will end up making other non-Minecraft animations. And even if you don't, like, Mineways isn't going to be able to use simulations. It's not going to be able to use, like, any kind of advanced physics in it and things. And yeah, that's pretty much my jab at not Mineways, Minimator, that's it. Oh yeah, that's it. If you spend like a year making Minimator animations versus a year making Blender animations, at the end you're going to have a very good knowledge of Blender. Mineways. Useless. Mine, a meter. Anyway, sorry about that. That's pretty much the tutorial over. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped. Any questions, leave them below. I answer all the questions. And that is that.